Hey everybody, welcome back to another short reviews. And on this video, we are going to be looking at Smile 2. But along with reviewing Smile 2, I'm also going to be talking about Smile, the original film, and the short film, Laura Hasn't Slept, which was the film that Paramount Pictures saw and purchased and is kind of a prequel to the original Smile. So basically, without that short film, you wouldn't have Smile. Even the character that is in Laura Hasn't Slept, Laura, is in the original Smile film. I believe she is the first person that dies in the movie. She's the one that kind of um, transports the entity from herself into our main character. So I do not own the Blu-ray for Smile, and here's my reason why. So the when I originally saw Smile, I hated it. I really hated it. Um, I thought the smiles looked cheap. I thought the film didn't follow its own rules. It does star Kevin Bacon's daughter, and I thought that she was way too thin to the point of kind of being a little disturbing, like anorexic disturbing, where you could see like her shoulder bones and her jaw, and she really looked like she needed to eat a sandwich. And I hated the movie, but everybody loved it. So when Smile 2 came out, I'm like, oh great, a sequel to Smile. But Smile had made so much money that of course they had to make a sequel. And I knew kind of that there was a short film that the feature film was based on, but everybody then seemed to love Smile 2. And it was like, all right, you know, I just got done watching, Terrifier 3, that was just kicking ass in the box office. And it was going to be obvious that Smile 2 was going to knock Terrifier 3 out of first place, maybe put it into second place. I think now it's in fourth place, which is still great. So very happy about that. But I went, everybody now loves Smile 2. Maybe I should rewatch Smile. So I did, and I really liked it. Uh, I have a feeling the movie that I watched that I thought was awful was Blumhouse, or Blumhouse's uh, Truth or Dare. And that's the one that has the really cheesy Snapchat smiles. And I just don't really like those filmmakers. I believe they also did like Fantasy Island, and I don't think I like them. I don't think I like their movies. So I was confusing, I think, Smile with Blumhouse's Truth or Dare. I don't know, maybe now I should go back and rewatch Blumhouse's Truth or Dare. Uh, but I really enjoyed Smile. And except for one scene in Smile where I want to get her name right because I don't want to keep calling her just Kevin Bacon's daughter. Uh, I think it's Sosie Bacon. Uh, she's sitting in her car and she's having a hard time. And then a person walks to her car, knocks on the window, and the head of the person completely kind of goes like this and like hangs down by the side. But then somebody does something similar in Smile 2. And I thought, okay, well, that kind of, what are the rules of Smile exactly? Like, what can this entity, this demon or whatever it is, do? Because the smile is creepy enough. So why do we really need the head to be going all the way down? But I guess it's just something that it can do because it does similar things in both movies. Um, so okay, fine, whatever. That's really my only issue with Smile. I now really like Smile. I really like the director, and that would be Parker Finn. who has made really nothing, which is weird. So he did a short film in 2018 called the Hide Behind, which I would like to see. And then in 2020 he did Laura Hasn't Slept, which I just watched. You can find it online. It might be on the Blu-ray for Smile. I don't know. Because now I'm going to have to pick up Smile, and I'm hoping that they'll have a Smile 2 like double disc that you could purchase. So, and then he made Smile and Smile 2. So he's made 2 short films and 2 feature films. And Smile 2 made a lot of money, and Laura Hasn't Slept was at South by Southwest, so, and won some awards. So it's interesting that he's done very little, and it's reported here that he's going to be in June of 2024 that Finn would write and direct a remake of The Possession, which stars Sam Neill. And I love Sam Neill. Yeah, it's from 1981. So, okay. So I am now a big Smile fan, and I really enjoyed both films. In fact, I probably liked Smile 2 better. I like the directing, I like the cinematography, I like the editing, I like the score that's in both films. The short film, it's only 2 actors, 1 room. It's a female character who ends up being, like I said, I believe she's the first victim in Smile, and the character is the same character. So Laura Hasn't Slept is kind of a prequel to Smile. And I like the directing in that. I like the music in that, even though the music is different. And we don't know in the short if the character, well, Laura, it's in the title, is she asleep? Is she not asleep? Every time she sleeps for like a week, she has the same dream, but it has the same man in it that smiles at her, but he's in different locations. And she's in this therapist office, and the therapist is asking her questions. And there's a couple of funny lines in there, one dealing with coffee that I chuckled at. And soon enough, that kind of goes into, well, Laura, are you dreaming? Are you not dreaming? You know, you might be dreaming right now. And I don't want to ruin anything with this, because I don't know. I'm guessing maybe the ending of if she's in the first Smile movie, then she must survive the short in some way, because it is the same character, like I said. But or you just throw away the short film, and he just took that character and just put her in Smile, and the whole thing with the therapist and the therapist office never happened. But the short is pretty good. Just, it's on Daily Motion, so you know, just look it up. It's only 11 minutes. I thought it was pretty good. And this is the way that a lot of these filmmakers are being noticed now, by studios, by people like James Wan and others, is they're making these 10-minute shorts or 11-minute shorts that get them noticed. And then those shorts get, or even Jason Blum does the same thing, and then they get expanded into feature-length films. So with Smile, the only thing that I would say with Smile that I guess I don't really like is I keep forgetting her name. Kevin Bacon's daughter. So who's, yeah, her name is Rose. So I'm just gonna call her Rose. Well, the only thing with Sosie, I hope I'm saying her name right. that I just didn't like is that she just looked way too thin. She was, and if the camera adds 10 pounds, then I mean, she must be really thin. So maybe since this was made in 2 years ago, maybe she's gained some weight and looks a little healthier. But I enjoyed the whole premise for Smile. I really liked where it went, even if it really doesn't make a lot of sense. With Smile 2, I enjoyed Smile 2 even more. So if I would to give, let's say, 1 out of 5 for Smile, I would give it 3 stars. I would give Smile 2 probably 4 out of 5. And I really enjoyed Smile 2. Um, and especially, I thought that, our lead actress, who is Naomi Scott, who is a Disney actress, and you would probably know her from stuff like Aladdin. She was in the remake of the dreadful Charlie's Angels, but the angels themselves, I thought were good. And Elizabeth Banks can direct. It's just not a great movie, and it should have been better. It just should have been better. But Naomi Scott is really good in that, and a lot of other people in that were actually pretty good. So it's a very hit and miss movie with me because it's a little anti-male, um, and so I didn't appreciate that. But uh, I thought that Sosie Bacon, I thought she gave 100%. Oh no, Naomi Scott, this she gives like 110% in this. And I watched a bunch of other reviews that just praise her, and she deserves it. And she can sing. I mean, she sings in Aladdin, and I really found her to be attractive, like really, really good looking in this film. I like her short blonde hair. I it's it's interesting because they show flashbacks to an accident that had happened a year earlier, where the person that she's with died, an actor, and she has the long black hair, and now she has really short, kind of like cropped on the sides, and it's full, kind of looks like a rockabilly haircut, and it's blonde. Is, from what I understand, is if you're trying to get out of like alcohol, drugs, and all of that, is that you want to leave that person behind. So you would change your hair, you would change your looks, you would you know change the people that you hang out with. And that's kind of how I took that, is how she went from one extreme of long black hair to the really short, like blonde hair. And the one of the things that the studio did is that they did release an EP with her songs. And I guess that's charting right now. Um I downloaded the soundtrack for Smile 1 and 2, and I downloaded the EP. Even though the EP doesn't really interest me that much, I do love the score for both movies. I thought it was really good. With Smile 2, I think that Parker Finn does, a good job with directing. I like the editing. Once again, the cinematography was good. I liked that they incorporated kind of our character, who is Sky Riley, a famous pop music recording artist, uh, that who I kind of took maybe as Britney Spears, but they incorporated that world into the Smile world. So backup dancers would have the big smile as they're terrifying her, and oh, terrify her, terrify her. There we go. And they just bring the music world and the video world and the concert world uh, into the Smile world. And I liked that because that seems to be, if you're going to have like this pop star, this famous pop star, you would incorporate what is ever in that world into maybe something that she loves, that now scares the crap out of her. I heard that this film was very bloody. I didn't think it was as bloody as everybody thought it was, but then of course I am a Terrifier fan, so you know, this is, it is bloody, but I didn't, I thought that it could be worse, but I get that Smile is more for a general audience than, let's say, the Terrifier movies are. So I did appreciate the blood, and I also really appreciate the ending to both movies. So I'm trying not to really get into a lot of spoilers here. I know the film's been out for a little bit, but still, you know, you don't need me ruining it for you. Um, what I love is, and I've said this with other films, and this included at the time of me not liking Smile or thinking I didn't like Smile, is even if I don't like a movie or a horror movie, I want it to do well. I want it to make money, because then that means we get more horror movies and we get more horror sequels. And especially if those make money. Like, I enjoyed Alien Romulus, but there were things in it I didn't like. I didn't like that we needed the "get away from her bitch" line. Get away from her, fine. Get away from her bitch, no. Since the film takes place before Aliens, I think that it takes away and ruins Sigourney Weaver's line saying it. It makes her, if you were to watch the films in order, makes her look like like that film is stealing from Alien Romulus. I didn't like that, but I'm glad that it made a ton of money, because, and also the Predator movie Prey. Now we're getting like like three Predator movies coming out next year. We're getting like an Alien TV show. We're getting a sequel to Alien Romulus. So I love that all this stuff is happening, even though it might have things in it that I'm not necessarily happy with. So now that I am a fan of Smile and Smile 2, I want a Smile 3. And I do think that they could do it if they focused on different people in each movie. So Smile, which came out in 2022, its budget was 17 million and it made 217.4 million. So pretty good. Smile 2, which has a larger budget, so instead of 17 million, it's 28 million, but it has made so far 83.7 million. So we're doing pretty good here. You know, the film hasn't been out for that long. When exactly? It came out on the 18th, on October 18th, and we're on the 27th now. So it's a good Halloween movie. Let's see. The release date for the original Smile was September 30th, 2022. And Laura Has Slept came out in 2020. So basically every couple of years we're getting a Smile movie. So I don't think that's too bad. There's also, at Smile 2, it's interesting. There is Jack Nicholson's son is in this. Ray Nicholson. He plays Paul Hudson, who's he's the actor that gets into the car accident with Sky Riley. And and we do see him smile in the movie. He kind of haunts her later, and man, with that smile, he looks just like his friggin' dad from the Shining. It's kind of funny. So I'm hoping that he ends up being a good actor, and that it's just not nepotism. I don't necessarily mind actors whose sons or daughters or whatever it might be get into films. I mean, especially when they don't change their last names, as long as they're good actors, that's fine. And start with smaller movies, smaller roles, and then build up to big ones and bigger roles, but bigger films. But so I hope that he's a decent actor. I've become a Jack Quaid fan, who is Dennis Quaid's son, and he's in the Scream movies. He's popping up on Red Letter Media, And so I like the guy. I think he's funny on Red Letter Media. I like him as an actor. So even though he shares the same name, he's a good actor. So I like that. So um, so I do recommend both Smile films, Smile 1 and Smile 2. I think are definitely worth watching, especially back to back, because that's how I saw them. Is I rewatched the original Smile, and then I watched Smile 2. I don't think there was really a connection, except for maybe the smiling and the entity, the demon. I don't even think they mention in the movie, anything that happened in Smile. I could be wrong. Maybe there's a line or two of what happened to Rose, but I don't fully remember. And then if you have an opportunity, check out Laura Hasn't Slept. They obviously, Paramount saw it, they purchased it. It's the genesis for this now franchise, and there are some differences with what happens in the short to the films that the director slash writer uh, fixed, or not fixed, but he just did a couple different things, because the film is still, I really don't think the movies really have a set rule book, because things like even zombies change all the time. They're fast or they're slow. They eat brains. They don't eat brains, or they it was a virus that brought him back to life, or it could be voodoo. So I don't know. There's no set rules in the Smile movies, I guess, unless I'm missing something, but I don't think that I am. So with that being said, yeah, check out the Smile movies. I enjoyed them both. I think that you will too. The creepier the better for these movies. I'm so happy that things like Terrifier 3 and Smile 2 are making money and people seem to like them. They're getting good reviews. That just means that we're going to be getting more, and hopefully more, theatrical horror films instead of just going straight to streaming. So, all right, everybody, thank you for watching this short review, and I will see you on the next video. All right.